Welcome, second graders. So last class you made your loom, okay? Looks like this, and my video here, it's gonna be hard to get everything viewed in the camera frame. But the first thing you wanna do is open it up. And then as you'll remember from kindergarten and first grade, we have all these different what are called the warp, and these are strips, but in a different way because they're attached. Where these strips, these are separate pieces of paper. So what we do is we weave through the warp with these blue strips that you cut out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it now so that it is the tall way. I'm going to try one more time to get a bigger image here. Okay, and it doesn't matter what side you're working on, but I like to have my warp going vertical. All right, that means that I weave these through going horizontal. So when we weave, we talk about under or over. And on the first strip, it doesn't matter if you go over or if you go under, you get to decide, but it matters everyone after that. All right, so I'm gonna go under and then I go over, and I like to kind of make a hook with my finger. And so I skip one and then I go under the next, skip this one. And so basically I'm hooking every other warp. So now that I've gone all the way across, the next most important thing is that I push it down. Okay. So now that I started under with this one, I have to make this pattern of blue, orange, blue, orange, blue, orange, and it goes horizontal, but it also needs to go vertical, that pattern of the orange and the blue. So if it's orange here, I need to make this next one be blue here. Okay, so that means I have to go over the top. Now, if I go over the top with the first one, then I have to go under with that one. And again, now I just skip, hook, skip, hook. And if I did it correct, I now have the opposite of what I just did the time before. Okay. Now you're using the same color, blue strips for all of them. So you just have to remember that whatever you did the time before, you need to do the opposite. You're always going to do this the same as the two before that. So you're looking at this one here, that's the one you're going to copy. You don't want to copy this. So if I do this, those are the same. I'm creating the same pattern. If I can do that, it's wrong. So if I can slide it underneath, it's wrong. Okay. So I'm going to go under now and hook. Okay. And the biggest thing with weaving is making sure that you push them down. If you're struggling with pushing them down, ask an adult. Maybe they can help you, but it's really just about making sure that you push down from the start. Okay, because in order to be done, they all have to be touching in the corner. Now I'm going to stop talking and I'm just going to weave all the way up to the top here really quick so you can kind of see what it looks like when it's complete. As you get closer to the top, it's harder and harder to do that little hook with your finger to grab. And it's really important that you push them down after, because it's going to give you the most space possible. Sometimes people think that they're almost done, and really they have enough room for 2 or 3 more strips, but they haven't pushed down their strips before that. And so when you're at school, I can always check that, but if you're at home, it's going to be a little bit harder. So please make sure you're pushing them down. So once I get to this point, okay, I have enough room for about 2 more. And I want to show you a trick that I use on my last 2. It usually doesn't work for any other ones other than your last 2. Okay, so what I do is I stick it into the next slot, and then I flip the whole thing over. Okay, I stick it into the next slot, and I flip the whole thing over. This just gives less stress on your warp strings on those slots, because a lot of people will tear their strip at this time because they're trying to jam their whole hands in there and try to grab it from time to time. So you stick it in, and then you flip it over and pull. Okay, now I have this much room left. Now I want to start first at the bottom here and push all these down, because I got to see if I'm going to get any more room. Answer might be yes, answer might be no. All right, does look like a pretty close amount. Okay, now when I put this on here, I do notice that I'm going to be a little too big. So I can take this strip and I could cut it to make it a little bit thinner. Right. The tighter this weave is, the stronger it's going to be. So the last one for sure, you want to use the flip over technique. So now I flip, and I flip. And the last one. All right, so today I'm going to try to finish yours. And the biggest thing when you're all done is checking that pattern, checking to see how you did. How is your pattern all the way across? So on the vertical side, whoops, does it go orange, blue, orange, blue, orange, blue, orange, blue all the way across? Does it go orange, blue all the way throughout here? So sometimes we skip one. And so making sure that we check it. Now you never want to pull on this outside piece, okay, because all your pieces could fall out. But let's say you have something that looks like this. We obviously see that something's wrong. Instead of pulling this out to try to get that back in, I pinch here, so I grab it here, and then I stick it into that slot to repair it. Okay, so there is the weaving that I need you to complete today. And then please keep that black piece of paper for next week. Okay, thank you.